Good evening. I call to order the October 8th, 2025 agenda setting meeting. Let's stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's take a moment of silence. It simply sets the tone for the meeting tonight. Roll call, please, Kelly.
Dr. Tamara Allen Thomas. Laura Arthurell.
Here.
Mike Belmont.
Here.
Danica Griffin.
Here.
Sarah Rzuski.
Here.
Darnika Reed.
Here.
Melanie Timbers.
Here.
Karen Lyons.
Here.
Terry Lawson.
Here. Tonight in executive session, we discussed personnel. We have no announcements. Tonight, we are pleased to have our student representative, Olivia Davidson. Hi. Hello, Olivia. Good evening. Would you mind sharing a little bit of your background and with the board and our constituents and why you're here and what you do and all the great stuff that's coming up in Woodland Hills?
Yes, my name is Olivia Davidson. I do a plethora of things. I'm student council vice president. I'm a part of the Interact Club, Peace Panel. I do it all. I decided to become board representative because I attended a few of these meetings during my sophomore and junior year, and I liked seeing the change being made, and I wanted to be a part of the change. So just giving insight into what I see in my community and what my students see, what my fellow students see, and what they want to happen, I think is very important, and it's something that I want to do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any updates?
Yes, we have a lot of updates.
Yes, and do share there.
For the Black Student Union, the Woodland Hills Black Student Union held our first meeting today to kick off our event season. We're looking forward to a school year full of diversity and education. The Woodland Hills Interact Club, or our Junior Rotary, will be having a district conference tomorrow on Thursday, October the 9th. The Woodland Hills Peace Panel held their first meeting this week before, meeting the week before last, and have begun discussing violence prevention efforts and events for this upcoming school year. For student council, homecoming was a success. Everything ran smoothly. We hosted a plethora of events, including a parade, a pep rally, and a football game. Student council's upcoming events include a spooky spirit week for Halloween. For the morning announcements, the Wolverine Wake Up on WHSD is now streaming at the high school to all rooms. If you need help, you can contact our tech department. It's a school-wide broadcast of all of the recent and upcoming events for the high school. And I'm on it, guys. For the Woodland Hills Interact series, this month we will be having actress and author Mary Louise Parker coming to our school, and she'll be talking about some of the things that she's written and her story.
This is the second time, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the first time she was on a Zoom meeting when I first met her, but now she's coming in person. The Woodland Hills International Studies Club will be going to Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia this summer, and fundraising starts soon. Last year, we went to Italy, Greece, and Turkey. The Woodland Hills Marching Band competition season has started. We have been going to compete with other schools and doing it with Wolverine Pride. The performing arts show for this year is Forbidden Broadway. It will be December the 5th and December the 6th. The Woodland Hills Junior musical for this year will be Guys and Dolls, and the show dates are to be determined. And the senior musical for this year is Young Frankenstein, and auditioning for that will be soon. Frankenstein.
It's Jim from it.
Frankenstein.
You're okay.
You are right.
No, it's from the story.
She's fine.
The Woodland Hills Eco Stewards Club, we just had our first meeting yesterday, and we hope to start planting trees and making a positive impact on our environment soon. This Sunday is the Woodland Hills 2025 Trunk or Treat. Various clubs and organizations will be expected to show up and pass out candy to younger students of our district or just anyone who wants to come. The football team is currently about halfway through their season and have a proud winning streak to uphold. We are expecting to have a bye week on the weekend of Halloween. The Woodland Hills soccer team made it to playoffs, and also we have senior nights coming up. The soccer boys team senior night will be October the 13th. The girls soccer team senior night will be October the 14th. The volleyball senior night will be October the 16th. And the football band and cheerleading senior night will be October the 17th.
Olivia, can you share with me when Spirit Spook Week is?
It will be the week before Halloween.
All right, so that's the 20th. Week of the 20th?
Yes.
Yep.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Madam President,
Yes.
and Ms. Student Representative, do y'all mind if I make one quick addendum? The dates for the junior musical are January 15th, 16th, and 17th. The 17th, there's both a 2 p.m. show and a 7:30 show. The 15th and 16th, it's only a 7:30 show. And unless you closely follow our soccer team, you wouldn't know this, but it's the first time our soccer team has made the playoffs in more than a decade. So it's a big deal.
All right, yes. Nice. Thank you, Dr. Wilson.
Hold on. I was just reading something from PSBA. They have grants available for environmental, such as tree planting and stuff. So I'd like to get that information over to you, and maybe through the school board we can help get some money or get a grant for you. Okay?
I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mr. Bridge loves trees.
He does. He looks like more trees.
Nice happy tree planting
Yeah.
Again, great job, Olivia, and thank you for coming tonight, sharing that information.
Yes.
Any presentations,
By the way, I wasn't correcting the tree line. It's really a line.
public comment? Anyone registered for public or anyone online? All right. We'll move down to board matters. 3.1, these are not voting items, so next week we will seek a motion to vote on all October 2025 calendar items by consent. Committee meeting minutes. We didn't have a committee meeting, so that won't be a thing.
in September we did.
Oh, September, okay, my mistake. Agenda setting meeting minutes and legislative meeting minutes. We will vote on,
4.1 and 4.2 are voting on.
Tonight?
Yeah, because it's the third and final reading.
it's not,
It's 3 meetings.
If you
If you refresh, it'll be there.
I was wondering the same thing.
that's because I scammed it. Oh, okay.
like
Okay, so 4.1 and 4.2 policy, these are both going to be voting items for tonight. 4.1 is the third and final reading of policy 100, 101, and 102. Can I get a motion?
Second.
Any questions? Can you open the vote, please? Thank you.
And online voting is open. Closing online voting. Motion passes 7-1.
4.2 is a voting item. Third and final reading of policy 249, 606, 901, and 903.
Griffin moves.
Any questions? Can you open the vote, please?
Online voting's open. Closing online voting. Motion passes 7-1,
Thank you.
and those were the
4
only voting ones.
That was my next question. 4.3, first reading of policy 103, 103.1, and 104, part of the PSBA policy maintenance review. 4.4, first reading of policy 606 and 626 and 626.1, required by the ESSA audit. Woodland Hills Impact Center 5.1. Is anyone here for the Impact Center? All right, so basically it looks like the Impact Center has uploaded its calendar of events for the month of October. Yep, that's what we're looking for. If anyone has any questions for that.
I do. So just housekeeping wise, on October 13th, it says closed, but then it also has two items listed as.
I see them.
Yeah, so he should take those out.
Also, if Glenn was here, I would ask him what the color coding is for.
Any other questions?
That propagation lab you and Jim, I'm sure that you put in there as every Monday, every
Right.
Wednesday,
yeah.
and then when you put closed, didn't go back and take those ones out. So we'll tell them about that. Yeah.
Also, I would say, let me double check something. The 23rd, I think, in this calendar. On the 23rd. Yeah, the 23rd, that is the trunk or treat.
Yes.
There also, and there is a meeting at 6 for ELS going on. So there's a lot going on the 23rd. I did want to highlight that day. Vex will be in the building that day. It'll be trunk or treat there, and at 6 o'clock we're having a ELS meeting. So if you received a correspondence from Glenn board members and invite, I'll double check that. But yeah, he did send it. He said he didn't get any responses, so I'll just make sure he gets that out to everybody. All right. Okay. Make that. All right. That was all I had. Curriculum, Dr. Wilson, you're up next.
Y'all are flying through tonight. Well done, friends.
Chicago night.
Chicago night. Chicago night. All right, well, I'll try to keep it moving. Curriculum, I don't know if I need this or not. Is this important, Greg? For the... Do that? All right, perfect. Curriculum, we have 4 tabs this month. All of them are at no cost to the district. The first is that we seek approval to accept a no-cost MOU between Teach Plus and the district to enter into a partnership to support the implementation of the Literacy Forward Network PA. We partnered with Teach Plus for our Equity Leadership Institute. They have recently received a major grant and are able to partner with fewer than a dozen districts around the state to develop professional learning communities led by our own teachers to build our own organic program that's linked to the science of reading and structured literacy. I'm extremely excited about this, and it costs us nothing. So they were very impressed with us with our work with the Equity Leadership Institute and asked us to apply. We did, and they are happy to move forward with us as a partner, assuming that we also accept that. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I always have questions. I was just wondering what is going to be the methodology to determine who are the teacher leaders that will be
Yep.
in.
So we are currently accepting recommendations from principals. Principals have been asked to give between 5 and 7 recommendations from their buildings. After which point the employees of Teach Plus will send an application link to those educators. They'll review the applications, and then Teach Plus will make recommendations. If there are more than 2 for each building, then the week I return from out of country, we will run interviews that week.
So of the 5 to 7 recommendations principals will give, then it's narrowed down by who applies, and then further narrowed down so that there's 2 per building.
That's right. Okay. 2 per building ultimately, and everyone that principals recommended will be invited to an information session right after parent teacher conferences on the 13th to find out more information about what exactly will be required of the teacher leaders in the buildings and what the time commitment that will be.
Yeah, that's why I was curious about that as well. If there's no way to do that during the school day.
Not at all.
But it's an awesome idea. I love it.
I think it'll be
getting
great.
everybody working together.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. 6.2, another great partnership. We actually already have a wonderful partnership with Schools That Can. Here at the high school, they run some specific units and lessons in our junior seminar class. They also have applied for a grant through the Mellon Foundation and received that grant to be able to expand their programming here in the district. Dr. Manns and I met with Schools That Can leadership 2 weeks ago, and they would like to build into our seminar class financial literacy component, as well as they have built out some specific resiliency bolstering units and lessons. Those will be taught by our educators, but with the assistance of the Schools That Can collaboration. In a perfect world, that course then also meets our Act 35 requirements to have every student graduating starting with the freshman year next year with a financial literacy half credit course. So that will solve 2 problems with 1 solution, and we're very happy about that. So I've looked at the materials, Dr. Manns looked at the materials. As I mentioned, they already supply us with a ton of resources and partnership. We're excited to expand that for all of our scholars to participate, especially in the financial literacy component. It's really a lot of future planning, career readiness, and ensuring that scholars know about the financial side of the real world that we walk into.
I have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
In the terms, it says college will start July 1st, 2025. Is that accurate, or that should be July 1st, 2026?
No, so the pilot, it would be, the 25-26 school year.
Okay.
So that starting this coming August, this next school year.
Next school year.
That's
Okay. And then, is it possible maybe like in 6 months, halfway through the pilot, for them to be able to present just some updated information as to what they find, for us to meet, the individuals, especially as a pilot, to make sure, we're getting our expectations met, they're getting theirs needs, and maybe like a quick checkpoint within 6 months or so.
Absolutely. I love that idea. I feel very confident that they'd be happy to do that.
How long have they been here?
Mr. Greenwich, 3 years at Schools That Can have been working with Mr. Brown. Dr. Manns, I know works more closely with them. I believe it's 3 years, but
I believe so also, but
I believe we began our partnership with them just after we came back from COVID.
I knew they had been here for some time.
So my question is, do we have any data now that we can review? So that, yeah,
I know that they collected data to submit this grant for their application.
can we see it?
I'm sure that we can. I'll ask.
I just want to know because it seems like, I appreciate the career readiness curriculum, but
Can they come even present?
yeah, yeah.
Can they
It
just
would
come
be-
and present
Yeah,
moving forward? They've been here for 3 years.
I want to
They
know
have
what
the
they've
data,
been doing
they know our students.
and what their success rate has been, because we implement these programs and we take it. I appreciate it, but if they've been here, then we should have data. We should also have some success rates, or where they need to improve, and
Yeah.
we would need for them to possibly present,
Yeah.
give that data to us, and then we can make a sound decision.
I think that sounds
sorry.
great.
Again, this is no cost to us, right?
Right.
So am I hearing a recommendation then that we pull this for this month and then have them come present in November?
I just wanted to.
We just want to
Yeah.
present so they can bring us up to stuff. Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
this is
All right.
what we've been doing.
Okay.
This is what it looks like.
Gotcha.
This is where
We
we're
can do
going.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like right now I don't know anything about it, so.
And a lot of
I'd
the
rather
board
not.
members aren't
Yeah,
new.
no, absolutely. Yeah, I have no problem. I want to make sure that if we need to do that prior to voting on it, we do that. And if not, then we'll call them in.
I know,
Yeah,
I've lived in
no.
Pittsburgh long enough to understand when we're being nebby.
Yeah, look, I love Nebby, especially when Nebby includes data. You know, me and data, we work out very well. So
We're gonna have
I think that's great.
a Nebby data presentation.
I think that's wonderful. And I will work with Dr. Mans to ensure that they can be here for November 22nd. That's great.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Similarly, we seek 6.3, we seek approval to apply for and accept, if awarded, up to $5,000 from Partner for Work to provide additional resources to the Mother-Daughter Vex Robotics Club. This is something that was brought to us by Ms. Dietrich, our Director of STEAM and Innovation. As you all know, we began our Vex Robotics Mother-Daughter Club with ESSER funds, and ESSER funds are no longer here, but we do still have to buy replacement parts for robots. We have to make sure that Ms. Grattan can be paid for the additional time that she spends, buy snacks and things, provide transportation. So Ms. Dietrich has found this grant that she thinks would be perfect, and she'd like to apply for it. So
Our girls need chop sauce.
they do need
Yes, they
chomp
do.
sauce. If y'all haven't seen a chomp saw yet, I recommend you Google chomp saw. Go into the library here and ask Mr. McGuire to demonstrate a chomp saw for you. We have one in each building. They are phenomenal. Any other questions on that? I could do a whole presentation on chomp saws. I won't. All right. And then last but not least is actually one that surprisingly we just haven't gotten board approval for in the past, and I want to make sure that we do things the right way. We've actually partnered with Oasis Tutors since before I came to the district, and they have provided us with wonderful tutoring in-house in all three of our elementary schools. Predominantly folks who have some time on their hands. They come in and work with our educators to work with small groups of students while educators are there, leading whole group instruction, just to work more in a one-on-one or small group setting to assist. They are great individuals, and we've never had them board approved. And I don't know why. I don't know how that fell through the cracks 10 years ago or whenever they started working with us. But I want to fix it, and I want to get them in this year. I don't want to get them in though until y'all approve. I believe Mr. Belmont has done an Oasis too. They are a wonderful organization.
We currently have one in each building, correct?
So right now we don't have anybody because we want to. Once it gets approved, we have I believe one in each building. That's right. Although Wilkins had two at one point. I think it might be a total of 4 in the district.
I had like 8 or 9 people last year.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Look at there. Fantastic.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the past, when you presented, you would mention raw data as far as, like student assessment, like achievement scores and things like that. How do you collect the raw data? Like, what numbers are you using to come up with that?
So the state, in terms of PSSAs and NWEA, the state sends me a raw data Excel spreadsheet, and then NWEA, I pull and export a raw data Excel spreadsheet. For attendance and behavior, I export the data directly from Power School that we have there.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Special ed. Silvers.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening. How are
evening.
you?
So I have 5 things tonight. 7.1 is a settlement agreement. 7.2 and 7.3, these are just yearly contracts that
need to be renewed every year with Wesley, and then the second one is the Bradley School. 7.4 is intervener services for a student at the School for the Blind. And that's somebody who helps the student access his or her education to help them make educational benefit. So that could be anything from, sitting next to the student and prompting the student to stay on task, or helping the student transition in between classes. So anything it's kind of like a paraprofessional, just to help in aiding the student access his or her curriculum. And then 7.5 is the behavior technician services agreement. This is for a student who attends an outside placement, but that also requires a behavior technician to help in his or her daily behaviors throughout the day to keep them regulated.
So the behavior technician, just because I don't know, this is a person that sits with the student every day, all day.
It may not be every day, all day, but they do provide services to help even the classroom teacher provide interventions for that student. So if it's a positive praise, a token economy, they come up with strategies on how to best help that student self-regulate and manage behaviors throughout the day.
And the time spent with that student, is that based on his or her behaviors?
It can vary. Yes,
Okay.
It can vary. So some of those places have a script, so they may qualify for 3 hours a day of a behavior specialist, or maybe it's every other day for 7 hours. Just depends.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I have the exact same question, but for the intervener services.
Yes.
Is that also an all-day?
It's similar.
Okay.
Yes. So in a lot of those decisions too are driven by the IEP team. So whatever the team, based on the data, the team deems appropriate for that student.
Okay. So now I have a question. Sorry. The IEP team, do they meet periodically throughout the school year to say, hey, we can minimize the amount of days and hours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it is typically it's annually. However, an IEP team should be reconvened for anything. It can go from grades, behavior, attendance, any concerns, educationally, socially, emotionally, that the student is displaying. So they can meet every day if needed.
Right. Thank you, Leah.
Sure.
Thank you for clarification.
No problem. I can talk special ed all day. So. Thank you.
8.1 pupil personnel, Dr. White.
Good evening, everyone.
You look nice.
Thank you. All right, I have one. We seek permission to partner with the Youth Guidance Bound Program, that stands for Becoming a Man, for the 25-26 school year at no cost to the district. This is a research-based clinical program that uses cognitive behavioral therapy. The good thing about the program is while it's called Becoming a Man, girls are allowed to join.
Yay.
President Obama actually, during one of his speeches, presented an award. It was founded in Chicago. It currently is in Pittsburgh, it's in Clareton, it's in Penn Hills, Carrick, and a couple other schools. And it is a program that will give us a person every day. I plan to put the person at the middle school. The middle school needs some support and some help. So that's good.
How will students get chosen, and is there parental sign off?
Yes. All of our programs typically have one.
So will there be a recommendation from teachers or principals as to?
It is a referral process. I'm not sure how many they can take right now. I just met with Andrew. He runs the Pittsburgh-based programs. I'm not sure how many they can take within the group, but the person will actually have a person who will be in our building 4 days a week. And then Friday they'll get trained, but it is a referral program.
And so I see that it would be, where did I just see it? Hold on here. It would be during a class period.
Yeah, they try to rotate it. The class
Yeah, I was
period.
gonna
Yeah,
ask,
they try to
but it's not
rotate
always
it.
the same
Yeah.
one, so they
Yes.
keep missing the same things. Cool. That's awesome.
Dr. White, is this in alignment with any other programs that we currently have?
I think so. I know we have at the high school in Valor, but the biggest difference, also at the middle school we have One Nation. I think the biggest difference with this program is it uses clinical research. So it uses cognitive behavioral therapy.
Thank you.
And they're there every day.
They're there every day except Fridays. Fridays when they get the training, they have the training with the person who founded the program in Chicago. So that is the only day. And then they actually have like mentorship with their mentor.
Alright, personnel. Information.
The motion to approve the Section A authorizations for the leaves. Section B, authorization for retirement resignation, and authorization to hire professional staff, and authorization to hire non-professional staff. And F, authorization for EDR mentor actions, and authorizations for miscellaneous. You click on the board tab on the link, you can see those different positions. If there's any questions, we can discuss in the discussion.
11.1. Margaret's with me.
Yeah, we're looking at
Nice.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ms. Margaret.
Nice to see me up here, are you?
Especially under safety and security, okay?
Today, for safety and security, we seek permission to enter into a one-year agreement with Better Solutions. This will cover our Act 55 and Act 48 employee safety and compliance training. The contract will run from January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026. And it's at a total cost of $3,996 to the district, which comes out to $8.88 per employee. Any questions?
Good job, Margaret.
We don't know, we got $8.88. Can't seem to get the planning of that together.
I know.
Thank you.
Thank you. You
And
did a
it's-
great job, Ms. Margaret.
It is good to hear when I came here that they are using Vector. It is one of the main programs at the EdSpace, not the one on the National EdSpace Council, but it is one of the highlighted programs out there. So it's good to hear that you guys are already.
$13.1 facility usage. Mr. Bridge.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
How's everyone doing today? Right, so 13.1, we seek approval for facility usage. Any questions on that?
I just got one question. I have full of questions. The shredding event, is that Senator Costa's shredding thing? No.
These speakers are not working well enough for me because I can't hear very well.
Oh, okay.
Everybody kind of muffles to me. They may not ever know.
You gotta be loud with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Danny.
How are you?
I'm good.
Right, so what's
I was just, the shredding, paper shredding
Shredding
event,
yeah,
is
that's
that Senator
recycling event
Costa's?
with Allegheny County.
Okay.
They reached out to me.
Okay,
I forget which politician's secretary or assistant reached out to me. They've done it in the past.
yeah. I was just curious.
Yeah, it's a good event. I mean, people have a lot of documentation they don't throw away. They don't have shredders on them. They have a fireplace or something. You know, bags of them. You know,
That's what, I mean,
stowed
that's
away.
what
They're downstairs. I know people that their Easter seals with their names instead of just shredding it up and throwing it away. They got bags.
So the community comes to that? Easter seals?
Yeah, they can come anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, like
How
they
do we-
send
how do we get
postcards
word
out.
out?
So it's whomever is
organization.
organizing it,
We
is
didn't
sends
organize it.
postcards
They're
out.
just requesting. the facility usage. I mean, they're just running through the parking lot, they'll line up, they'll come down, give them their shreds and they'll walk.
That's what Allegheny County is similar cost and they're advertising.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are. I know
They
they
are.
said
The senator.
yeah, Costa.
Yeah.
Someone I can't remember who else is a part of it, but
Yeah. But I mean, they've been doing it for years. We've had shredding events here since the '80s. I mean, it's, you know, whatever. Anything else?
Don't
I
run
just
away
wanna
until
say,
you tell us how Edgewood's doing.
Edgewood's doing well. They're putting the lockers in this week. As we speak, they're putting lockers in. There's still a punch list of a bunch of small things that add up to one large thing. And between Kelly and myself, we've been kind of pushing. And all people that are at Edgewood, call-ins and everybody, I mean, talking to Matt almost every day, sending emails, just little incidentals that are making people crazy. The speaker issue has been resolved relative to your office and where there was never a speaker before, correct? Yeah. So, but everything else as far as like emergency announcements or stuff like that, they're able to hear them now. There was all that demolition laborers come in and they just start smashing stuff. They don't care what gets in their way. They don't care. It wasn't the electrician's fault. It wasn't anybody's fault. It's hard to watch laborers when you tell them to take care of the ceiling down and the foreman walks away. You know? So, but masonry restoration is a punch list. There's a lot of little stuff. And then the stairwells are going to get done over the holiday breaks, like the landings where there still needs a flooring, and then the doors and stuff. You know, those are all back ordered. Other than that, let's go. I think we're relatively smooth. All right.
I just want to say thank you, Danny. I know at our last meeting I always have questions, and you were very quick and rapid to respond about the construction was happening here for us to get up to the community. So I do appreciate how quick we got that out. So thank y'all for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was great.
All right.
Thanks,
Anything
Dan.
else?
Nope.
Thank you.
Athletics. 14.1.
I can do that. We motion to approve 2-year contract extension for head coach Brian Trent at a salary of $12,000 a year. And that'll be contract to be written. It's already written.
And I have another little comment.
Sure.
You know, I'm always hiding in the weeds. So I did this in a football game. I did not wear my red and gold, although I wanted to. And nobody will ever tell me that I said this about what he has. But I just want to say, Coach Sharon has a really good staff and team. Those boys are so respectful. They kept their head in the game when people were yelling at them. They didn't do anything back. So he does a great job with that coaching staff. The way those boys look at the team and admire them, I just say kudos to how they were able to be professional on that field and be young men that you do not see often. And that field, they look like Woodland Hills. It looked like the school. And diversity was there. So kudos to the whole entire staff. I will never say it, but go some people. You know. No. Go Indians. Absolutely not. Yeah, I know. I didn't go to that. I don't go to the
From day one. I'm going to be sitting right next to her.
And I'm gonna be red and gold. I'm gonna have pom and everything.
Oh my. It's all right. It's all right.
15.1, library, Dr. Kate.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good evening.
Good evening. Dr. Kate, if you want to tell them, she's going to have one under new business next week. We had a misunderstanding whether it needs board approved or not, but it does. So you maybe want to tell them about that too while you're up there.
Okay. So first, we seek to accept $38,193 donation from an anonymous donor for phase 2 of Swissvale Library renovation.
Yay.
2 years, I think now she's donated about $250,000 over the last 5 years.
Wow. It's an oddly specific number.
Pardon? That's an oddly specific number. 38,000?
193.
193.
There was no
Niggas
sense.
and I are everything.
Still was in the purse.
The other one is, next week, we will have a grant request going to RAD. We're requesting some additional funds from them and largely for phase 2 and partly for phase 1. And I'll tell you more about that. I'll write a little description. And it'll be included with the grant. Okay. But that would be from RAD. They gave us 800,000 already, and they've said that yes, we can request it. So we will. So it's great.
Looking forward to seeing that on finance and Jill.
Okay, so 17.1 and 17.2 are settlement agreements with charter schools from way back. They've been in the court system from, it goes all the way back, some of them to 13, 14, 15, 16 in there. Matt has finally gone back and forth with what we owe them from their attorneys, PDE and ourselves. And so these are, I'm going to be bringing more of these, but these are the first two that he was able to complete. So that's those two. The bill list is the bill list for October. Ratification of the bill list is the bill list from the last meeting from September 17th.
Quick
Any
question,
questions
Jill.
about them?
So on the bill list is number 17.1, 17.2, while we were seeing a lot of invoices for 2024, 2025 invoices for charter schools, is that?
No.
The reconciliations most likely.
Yeah. So how the charter schools work, we pay them monthly from July to June, and then they do in the summertime, every charter school does a reconciliation for 24, 25, and it comes down to, so you pay monthly for the students that they have registered there.
Yeah.
And then it either goes that we pay them or they pay us in the reconciliation based on the actual attendance of the students.
Yeah.
So that's what those are, the reconciliations.
So, or do we ever build in like a cushion? Because I roughly calculated it was like 900K or something like that, which is going to be a heavy hit for our budget. So, is there ever like a 5% cushion that we build in just for these instances, or we just kind of have to eat it up?
No, it's part of the budget. Like yeah. We know that that's coming because it actually gets pushed back to the previous year, so it won't come out of this year's budget.
It's in last year's budget.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I did see, I don't see Pedro here, but we had, for Kellington, again, they have the district supervisor and then the Kellington high school supervisor. It's the same position or two different people for that.
That's
would
two
be
different people.
Okay.
The high school supervisor and then the district supervisor.
Okay. And then
but they used to also have an admin supervisor.
Right. That's what I was just make sure like, who does what. Cause
so that's the
all
one
these
that they don't
supervisors
have anymore. Yeah.
Do what? Okay.
The district is now Nick, correct?
Yes. Yes. He's the new Kyle. I don't know who the new high school person is.
Yeah, he was usually at the front of the high school.
Okay.
He's
everywhere.
He's the district, and then I don't know who the new high school, and then we also have one at the middle school. The middle school supervisor is Avery.
Avery's at the middle school and Chanel's here at the high school.
Oh, Chanel's the high school. Okay.
Figured it out. And then the constable, I know I've seen him on the bill a couple of times. I thought that was when we were going to. Thank you for your services, sir. Thing.
I'll take that one.
Yeah. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing away with that position yet, just because of the location where he's at.
Okay.
She has been staying on me to do so, but that one there, pushing back a little bit.
I'm there with you. Okay. I'm okay.
We don't agree on everything.
I'll get Margaret up here to get you the $8.88.
It costs over $8 a day.
Right. I need to know how much per day that ends up. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
Any other questions about the books? No? Okay. The 17.5 and 17.6 are the quarterly fund reports for student activities and then for the investments. 17.7, the bullying prevention grant. This is a $5,000 grant that was given to us by the Allegheny County Health Department for violence prevention. Actually, Kathy Welsh was involved in that. There. Do you want to talk about it? We're talking about the bullying prevention grant that we got.
I've been fighting for money every direction for us, but the bullying prevention grant is now that we have Pure, they've been here for a few years, and they work at the very top of the violence steps. When kids make the ultimate decision to carry a gun, or commit a murder or shoot. So I did tons of data for a couple of years, and I created some violence steps I could send to you guys. Like, who's going to work at the bottom of the steps so that we don't just sit around and watch kids walk up to the piercing? Now that we have the piercing, we can't just watch them. We have to start earlier. So starting at the very basics of bullying, why do kids get bullied? When you're, the social determinants that help when your daily needs aren't met, you're a little bit grumpy and angry. Just really starting at the very bottom so our kids don't even start on that stairwell to violence or bullying, or interpersonal violence. So we got $5,000 for washing and dryer, and we also got I got a $10,000 grant, and I was able to split that up amongst school districts and buy hygiene products. So I bought $1,000 for the high school and $1,000 for Dixon, and then they'll be able to get that again in January as well. And we included Claritin and the preschool, so so really, like, what can we do to not even our kids not even step a foot onto those steps of violence? And since you guys asked me, I'm just gonna have to fill the data. You might have seen it in the email whoever's part of the coalition. Mike, thank you for always believing in us. Senator Costa is really believed in us in the very beginning. We've actually been at this for 8 years, which is crazy. I don't even feel like 8 years older. But we went before our last school uptake in violence, and we did, we're slowing down violence. We haven't completely ended it, but we're slowing it down. We're narrowing it down to a really small group of kids, generational trauma and things like that. And we went 464 days without a homicide. You'd have to school and community, it's athletics, it's our staff, it's everything, it's sports, it's all the things. Our IEP, it's all of us together, working together, respecting each other, having honest conversations of who needs what support, and really changing our focus. We went from a promise school to a promise wing to a small classroom with just a few children in it that really have emotional needs. We made a switch from behavioral to mental health, and I don't think all of us realize how much this work has paid off. But you'd have to go back to 2012 to 2013 to get a stint of violence that long. During COVID, we went 326 days, but we were all shut in. So, and when we did have a small uptick in violence, kudos to Pure. It happened within 2 weeks. It was like we had one outburst of violence, and then we had the shooting, and then it was like done. It was taken care of. There was no retaliation. It was like it disappeared in 5 seconds. It was so weird. But and when we're back to tracking it again and trying to really keep it gone from us. And one of the things I think I'm most proud of is I couldn't stand up here and say that a lot of our high school kids are shooting each other and things like that. But I can proudly say we've come such a long way, and we've slowed it down. We had one house that when I go to these meetings at the county and stuff, Woodland Hills isn't even in the top 5 anymore. So I'm like, don't forget about it. We still need the funding. That's what got us out of the top 5. So I'm still championing for us. Claritin's up there, Stowe Rocks is up there, and Key Sports, still up there in the top 5. But I'm proud of us. So I think I'm proud of the same. But I came to support Olivia actually. But thank you guys, all of you guys, seriously, for everything. Like this all working together. Thank you. We should be proud of ourselves.
We're proud of you. Thank you, and thank Hoops for always championing for us. Like you said, you could have put this money anywhere. Thank you.
We have 24 students at Dixon this year. So we have 24 students at Dixon that we've identified who also love one another. Some more will identify themselves as the year goes on. So that's just, we had 23 in Edgewood last year, and you can see how tense it is. So that's just to put your mind that, that school needs a little more love this year, as the kids come through. So, but we've already started down there with them, and it's been pretty interesting, and it's been fun.
Quick question, so is the contract that is for Impact Center, is it the Impact Center or it's district-wide, like the?
It's Impact Center.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the Impact Center. The hygiene products were at high school and Vincent, but that grant is for the Impact Center. Yeah.
I want to say thank you, Kathy. I really, is it okay if I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because October 6th was the World Day of Bullying Prevention, right? And so some of us have our shirts. But then also, October is the national month of bullying prevention. And just to be able to see, like at the grassroots, like as you're saying, kind of what causes sometimes the kids to come in like grumpy or angry, and to be able to meet some of those needs is so important. And we all have a part to play, and I thank you for always showing up, playing your part.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I think the Impact Center will be so impactful is like the rest of our schools have worship and things like that. And Impact Center is just like, it amazes me how many people use the building from the minute we opened it. I was champion to get it open. First skate night, 100 people like roller skating. When they have their family dinner, I'm like, always 75 to 100 people that use this. So now for them, some of that money, he could like make his free store look like a store, or get some hygiene products in there and really, we have 2 big sets of low-income housing in Rankin, and it's so small. So when I look at the district and I think like, whose daily needs are not being met, the most, it just takes my focus straight there. It really takes my focus straight there. Yeah, I'm excited. I really am excited. I think we're gonna really, the other schools, just like they look at us for our football team or our weight room, they look at us for our coalition and the things that we're doing for our young people to change their minds and know that they're more than, all those things. So, yeah.
Kathy, if you could stay standing for a minute, could you please tell the group how many different organizations are part of the Greater Valley Coalition for Peace and Justice?
We have over 180 organizations now. We have over 450 members. And really, the whole idea started, my son Juwan did his high school master's program on like a civic engagement. He like pitched it to like me and Lee. Richard Garland was our coordinator when we first started it, the coalition. And I mean, all you guys have known me for so long. Like, if stuff isn't working, I just have to have a honest conversation. I'm like, Richard, you're not taking us nowhere. We got Lee. Can you please we basically begged him to be our coordinator. And I think there was maybe 4 or 5 of us, and Greg Kander, his wife came, and then that's just how we built it, and we got it to where we are now. Penn Hills has used our framework, and they created a coalition, and I'm super proud of them. They're really working together. They meet at the Penn Hills Library. Theirs is the second Tuesday, I believe, of the month. Stowe Rocks has taken our framework as well, and they've started a coalition out there as well. And it's a working coalition though, so it's not like a few of you have been there, so it's like shut your phones off. We're working, who's doing what, and a lot of times there's work to do when we get out of there. But it's because we've all looked at trauma and violence head on instead of like not looking at it. It takes hurt, and sometimes it's easier to act like it's not happening or not look at it. So we've been very courageous over these last 7 or 8 years. We've had lots of uncomfortable conversations, but we've also left. And I think a lot of school districts will look at us as well. Clariton, the Peace Corps, I was at the Peace Corps in Clariton today, meeting with the social workers. Dr. M came into our Peace Ambassador meeting this afternoon. I'm going to have to play catch up now because we wasted our whole period taking his brain on things, which is perfectly fine. We started our Peace Ambassadors. Olivia and them the year we had the 9th grade transition camp, we said, we just want to know, like, what's the student's role in, like, being peaceful, like, create peace, and what's your role in helping and violence. And I've been with them all this time. And on homecoming court this year, 5 of the girls were peace ambassadors, and 1 was a diva of peace.
kind of cool to be peace ambassador. And one of the young boys was a peace ambassador as well. So, and they knocked Dr. M's socks off today. I don't think he.
I stumbled upon that meeting. When they asked me to open up the door. So it was good to listen and learn from them and what they might need from us along the way and how they can support our middle school students as well. So I was
We had
impressed.
60 kids sign up to be a peace ambassador this year, and I'm just like, whoa.
Some of the comments were very impressive today.
I'm gonna take it so our senior peace ambassadors are going to train our new peace ambassadors before they get to do all the conference. You know, they're gonna learn.
And with the Greater Valley, we did get there was an act from recently. There was an action plan put out. So I reviewed that with the executive team today. Even if all different facets of the communities have a role in this action plan, and even if we can do some, we can't do all, of course. But even if we can do some and start picking away at that, it'll help. That's the goal: is to help our
It
community
was even like
prevent
so
violence.
our focal areas are like Swiss Miles, Rankin, Grass, Northside, because that's where we see, you know, the violence. And it's like, do we have curfews? But just within like a week, everybody knew who their curfew was. They were all reinstating their curfew. And it's like just small things like that, you know, getting lights in dark spots, just small things like that. Everybody just jumped in and gets it done. But thank you guys.
Thank
Don't
you,
worry,
Kim.
more money's coming.
So 17.8 is the HERE grant for the student summit. Erin, help me with the last name.
Wall.
Erin Wall. She received this. She does a great job. Kelly and I really appreciate the time and energy that she puts into doing it right. So many people don't do it right and they get scolded. But she's really good at keeping focus on what this money is for, getting it done, doing it properly, and counting every dollar. So that's for her. Yeah. And then 17.9 is the P card statements. That's it for me.
And for me, there's this seek approval to attend the Space Conference, Columbus, November 4th to 7th. Total cost $677.06. That cost will actually come down a lot because they pay for my registration, my meals, because I run on the national board. So they pay for everything. So that number will be adjusted down for next week. And I might get another free registration. Danny might be going to that. Because just to give you an idea what that space is, it's all about educational spaces, buildings, classrooms, flexible classrooms. You'll see tons of vendors, but they all kind of, sometimes they look the same a lot of times. There's also a safety portion. That's the first time, where I heard Vector, Navigate 360, and then what is nice in those local areas, you always do a tour of newly renovated buildings, thinking ahead. So it kind of keeps us in the loop as we go, whether it be buildings, classroom, facilities, interior, exterior, technology, the whole nine yards. So I'm gonna come off the door now. I got sucked in for 3 more years.
Any old business?
That would be me. 5 minutes. We're getting close to time. What's up? I know we talked about probably the end of the spring, summerish about curriculum and how to be more inclusive, and I'm going to use the correct term this time for multicultural inclusion for the curriculum. I know we kind of said, hey, Eddie, to be creative, think of some things. It triggered me again this weekend because I learned about the Freedom House. Does everybody know what the Freedom House is out here? So the Freedom House was the first African-American EMS in the whole entire nation. They were the ones that were the first. And I got to meet 3 of those individuals that were part of the Freedom House. So that was like life-changing for me to understand. See? See, that's what I mean. And that was from the Hill District.
They were in the Hill.
So it's something really, really we should be proud of, and having maybe just rethink of how there are things in our culture, in our district, in our areas that we should probably begin to look at and fuse into our curriculum, such as for health, the Freedom House would be good to know. Even in like, language class, reading a book, things like that. So I took a little extra step to say, are there other schools that do anything? It would be the first. Evanworth does it, City Charter does it, Philadelphia is heavy into those kind of things. Milton Hershey, if you know about that school, it is a prestigious school. And surprisingly, Winchester Thurston does this as well. And I think we are better than Winchester Thurston. Of course, Dilworth. And their focus is more on cultural responsiveness, awareness of the bias, just making sure that we are promoting civic responsibility with our students. So I'm hoping we can bring this topic back up to how we can become more into those realms. I mean, our student population is diverse. It doesn't have to be African American. It can be Hispanic. It can be anything. Like, we have a diverse population, and for us to begin to look at how do we infuse that into our curriculum and not just for a month.
That's good. Can you see
the Freedom House?
We'll know about the other stuff afterwards.
Well, no, I mean, the Freedom House, it was to see that individual who actually is in that movie talk about why he did it. He did it for the girls. But it was life-changing to see them and what they went through and how it got started, why it stopped, and then how it came back. And even we presented an award to Chief Amelia, who is the first African-American chief paramedic in Pittsburgh's history. She was elected this year. So 2025, we got our first African-American female in that role. So that just kind of speaks to, while there are still things we need to do, and to ensure that our students know there is no glass ceiling. You can do these things. There are people that are putting that pathway ahead of you. So it just kind of made me say, oh yeah, we definitely should bring that back to our students, because our students are educated. They're smart. We need to show them that they can do these things. Absolutely.
Just to name, we do teach Freedom House in both African American Studies and African American history courses. Ms. Green here at high school does that. We begin to touch on in 7th and 8th grade. So that is definitely a topic of our units. It's definitely also not just February, but we can always be more culturally responsive in our February. Yeah.
Any other old business? New business?
Me again, but Karen stole my thunder.
I don't know what it was.
It was evaluations with contractors. You stole my thunder. I had a whole presentation prepared. But no, just back to what Ryan said. When we had contractors, to how do we ensure they are meeting the mark and the metrics? So are we looking at cost? Feedbacks from our families. We have a lot of contractors, a lot of services, but how are we ensuring the data that they have is actually useful or doing what they're supposed to do? And I know we talked about doing evaluations. We just never formally did anything. So I'm just hoping for 2026 we can look at that, especially when we look at our financial position. Costs should be in there, but also making sure the quality of the programs are there and that the families are seeing the support from their side as well. It's not just us saying it's great, but the families are seeing the change as well. So we can look at some kind of evaluation tool, KPI, something.
You mean our partnerships or?
Yeah, our partnerships, yeah.
So I do collect data for all of our partnerships. They are required to send me data.
Yeah.
And it's based off of like how many students are they seeing, how many times are they here, is it cost efficient, are they working with the students in the community, are they supporting the family? So I do have them send me data before we make a decision. Many of our programs don't cost as much. So that's good. The youth programs that we did bring back that do cost, they also do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And at this point, Dr. White, we don't have half of the programs we used to have. How many programs do we have right now?
I mean, we still have a whole lot of programs.
We have like 26.
They are just starting to dwindle away with funding and things of that nature. Some of our major programs like Carlo, unfortunately, will be ending, but that's a grant-funded program that we don't pay for. Because Carlo's ending, True will potentially end because our family engagement specialist will be ending as well. She runs True. What else? We lost Cool Zone, which is a funded program. So like we're starting to slowly lose this program. But a lot of the programs that we still have we don't fund.
Right.
They are funded by the county or things like that. Okay. But they are required to send it.
Yeah, I just wanted to know how many programs we out in a ballpark that we have now, because I know we got rid of so many. I thought we were down to like 10.
Oh no, we still got a good one. Okay. I mean, I'm holding my breath.
All right. I'm glad I was wrong on that.
Individual students involved in those programs.
Or even, are they making, the success that you want, or that Dr. White wants? So if she wants to be able to see a certain organization hit 5 times limited to a student and see a change, and they're going 3, that's not hitting her mark. So why are we going to continue to contract with you? We can go with someone else that would be more involved. Or if you're saying, hey, we have 10 programs, and 10 of these programs, none of them are coming back to the home, is it really beneficial? Like, are we really seeing the ROI on what we are doing? Are we really being mindful and saying, yes, these programs are doing exactly what we asked them to do, and they're not just checking the box?
Well, and another part too is vetting them. We get a lot of programs that come with, they're like, everyone wants to be able to
Exactly.
Yes.
But we get a lot of starter programs that come and want to pitch the program,
Yeah.
and it's like Mr. Brennan, Dr. Mans and I, we set through a program presentation, and it sounded good, but in theory, like, was it well thought out, or we did come in, the implementation of it, will it really meet our needs? So we do get a lot of like starter programs that we say no, just because we don't want a program just to want it. We want a program that really will provide support. But also on the other side is bodies are always good, right? So if there's a presence, that presence is always needed, and our students always need support in some capacity. So you can look at it twofold, but we are kind of turning away just programs that are coming and pitching their ideas, and some of them are good, but we don't always want to sort of
Run into redundancy
Exactly.
sometimes. So I know, and because me and Dr. White have had that conversation, so I know she's good at identifying that. You know what I mean?
I mean, we need more programs like for females.
Yeah.
I was just
Definitely
back there
do.
telling them, like a lot of these programs are secondary. There's really no intermediate programs. This is what we're actually back in Gossip, but there really is no intermediate programs. If we could find more programs for that 3 to 5 age group, which could help tear some of those behaviors that we might see at the middle school level, but there's not many programs out there for early intervention. So that's part of the problem. But finding more programs specifically with females is ultimately the goal.
Must have heard me and
Everyone
Laura's
wants to work with males that don't cost us money, because that's what people don't have money. So
something might be coming.
We still have Gwen's girls, don't we?
yes, we still have one, right? But like at the secondary level, finding programs that don't cost money, I think is the biggest task at hand right now.
I'll bring you something in January 2026. I gotta wait for an election.
I think it's important that we remember that life is not like a TV movie. You're not going to have this great epiphany of many, many children. You reach one kid, you've done something.
And Dr. White, just to be clear, you are collecting the data.
Yes,
You are, so the questions that she just mentioned, you are getting that data.
And I had those numbers.
Absolutely.
I got those numbers from the data, and when I look at it, are we paying $200,000 for a person who only comes 1 day a week? Is that really? I mean, truthfully, are we getting the most bang for our buck? And this year really was about, are we getting our most bang for our buck? But yes, they are required to do that.
But I also don't want to make it seem as I want to eliminate programs. I want us to also be able to use our tax dollars back into our students. So if we look at things that we buy and we contract, talk about things, because I'm like, hey, we gotta look at that one sometime. But those things, can we reinvest that into our kids? Can we ensure that we're giving the programs that, Dr. White's missioning? Because we don't want to just say the financial cost, we can't do it. We have to be more creative and kind of move around and move the money to places that are going to impact that 3 to 5, which is going to impact Dixon, which is going to impact the high school. Like, for us to just be thinking more holistically for our money, can we just make sure it goes to our kids and that it really is going to benefit them in some way? And you know what that means? It's 8:27.
Meeting adjourned. Then I have I'm sorry. Oh, I did do new
That was me.
business. Public
Oh.
comment?
I have new business too.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah. Dr. White mentioned President Obama earlier. Can I make a motion to make him president again?
All right.
Mike, that was a good
Can
one.
I have,
Oh, but one last thing was, National Coaches Day this past Monday. So if you see any coaches out there, it is a lot of time, it is a lot of effort. Yeah, and it's not a lot of money. A lot of times that's being spent on gas money to get to where you gotta go. Waste coaches the money. So if you see any of our coaches out there, please thank them for their service. We appreciate what they do for our kids.
Don't forget trunk or treat this weekend.
Trunk or treats on
Trunk or
Sunday.
treat this Sunday.
Monica is
During
our
the same
representative.
time that the
Please give her
Steelers are playing Cleveland Browns, and I can't believe that I volunteered.
Well, on that note, can I have a first and a second to adjourn the meeting?
Exactly,
tonight,
that's
please?
what I said. That's
Second.
exactly
All
what I
right.
said. Oh, yeah, bye.
Meeting adjourned.
Perfect. There's a first.
I-